precipitation is in the form of snowfall, where it would be. Now there are few things that you people need to understand. This is a mountain. In very high mountainous areas, there is a section above which there is perpetual snow, right? So this here becomes snow line. Snow line is that elevation above which there is a permanent snow cover. And why the snow cover is there? Because the temperature in these sections always remain below freezing point. So there is no melting and no wasting of ice or snow going on, right? And above this, the entire area where there is perpetual snow, this section, this is called snow field. And all the glaciers eventually take their genesis or take their birth in this snow field, right? So now what is the step? Step is snow is getting accumulated. Snow, as you know, or if you people have seen it, it's like a loose powder. But as the snow keeps on falling in these areas, and remember there is no wasting of snow going on because temperatures do not prevent melting, do not promote melting, it prevents melting. So this snow keeps on getting accumulated. Accumulation of the snow presses the lower layers and it converts it into ice. So it basically gets converted into ice. How? See, compression expels air. Whatever air is trapped between the flakes, as the compression is going on, the air is escaping out, number one. Secondly, compression leads to warming. There are two processes. One process is expansion. When anything expands, it loses heat and cools down. On the other hand, if anything compresses, then it leads to warming. So expansion leads to cooling and
heating leads to expansion.
See, that I understand, that heating leads to expansion, right? Now you understand from this process, there is a air, right? Air is there, high temperature led to warming of the air. And when air is warmed up, it goes up and it also expands. As it expands, so gradually it begins to lose heat and hence get cooled down, right? In the same way, wherever expansion is going on, that is leading to cooling process. Compression is leading to warming process. So in this case, compression expels air and then burial pressure causes melting and then recrystallization. Now how it happens? See, there is lots and lots of snowflakes which are getting accumulated over a period of time, okay, layer by layer. Now, because of the pressure of these snow, the snow which is falling above, the lower layers of snow get compressed. So, there is lots of compression going on in this segment below. Because of this compression, warming occurs and this section experiences melting. It melts, right? So now water is formed and this water tries to percolate in the deeper layers wherever they are able to. This water is able to find the gap or space or pore. So it will be going through it and in this entire process gradually it will again refreeze. It will again refreeze, right? But not before turning the entire mass granular. Entire mass attains a grain-like structure. It becomes granular. So that granular structure is called fern. It is called fern. Sometimes it is also referred to as navy. Navy or fern. So this is the granular mass which is created as a result of the crystallization of the entire ice mass as a result of this burial pressure and recrystallization. Yes. Huh.
But like even the snow is in granular form, right? Like
See, it's like a powder. Granular structure is something like, now to these days we have frost free refrigerators, but initially when there was a time when the freezer did not have that frost free segment, so there is a single door fridge and there is a separate section of the freezer. So if you open that single segment, you will find ice deposited all around that aluminium box. So if you see that ice, that's like grains. So that is the granular structure. Correct. You can scratch it out and वो basically हमारा ice candy बना के compress it and put रूह अफ़ज़ा and eat it. Right. So this is what, that is navy or fern, and this is the feeding ground of the glaciers. Unless or until navy or fern is not formed, the glacier will not take their genesis. So for glaciers to form, it is necessary that the entire structure has to turn into a granular fern, right? And over a period of time, this entire mass gets binded together and then starts moving as a single body or as a glacier, right? So this is how it goes on. But this entire process is extremely slow process. Here you can see the timeline. Now what this timeline says, this is in loose snowflakes, and it contains 90% air in it, right? But deeper you go, see, at a depth of 250 meters, at this depth, what is happening, the snow is getting compressed gradually because of the weight of the above lying snow, and now below loose snow we get granular snow which contains 50% of air. Below granular snow we have fern snow which has 25% of air in it. Below fern snow we have fine grained ice which is having less than or equal to 20% of air, and basically that too in bubbles, air bubbles are there, right? No free space of air is present. And then below it further we have coarse grained ice, again the air amount is less than 20% and air is in bubbles, right? So 250 meters below the surface, whatever snow is present, either it is in the form of fern snow or granular snow, that is that snow which has taken around 10,000 years to get accumulated. So this is a slow process, and you further go down, you now go 2 kilometers below, and the ice which you find at 2 kilometers depth beneath a glacier, that had fallen somewhere around 1,30,000 years ago. So this is how it is, and that is why whenever we study about the climate change, you must have heard about the ice cores being taken out from Antarctica ice shield or from Greenland. So these climatologists go to these areas and they drill out ice cores from great depth and then analyze those properties of those ice cores, and then they can tell about what type of climate prevailed at particular time period, because this has taken so long for that ice to get accumulated. You further go down and then you can see that how deeper or how much back then, maybe perhaps about 2 million years ago or 3 million years ago, that ice must have fallen. This entire is glacier. हाँ, जो ग्लेशियर की ऊपर टॉप सरफेस होती है उसमें लूज स्नो होती है, लेकिन जैसे जैसे आप ग्लेशियर के डेप्थ में नीचे जाओगे तो आपको वहाँ पे ग्रैनुलर स्नो, फर्न स्नो, फाइन ग्रेन, कोर्स ग्रेन सब मिलेगी. वो अलग बात है कि कोई जा नहीं पाता है, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल दैट यू कैन गो इनसाइड इट, राइट, बट अदरवाइज दिस इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली द स्ट्रक्चर लुक्स लाइक. ठीक है.